Okay, well, it's finally done. Balance charging back up. I actually lost my power before it was finished. And of course, when it did that, everything just shut off and then restarted. But I had to reset it, and that's why it's only ran for 61 minutes and 40 seconds. But it did finally just finish. I just checked it with a multimeter. Everything is at 1.8 volts. It's fully balanced across the board. So I've got enough time to go ahead and discharge this now. And we'll start the bottom balancing procedure. Alright, I got everything hooked back up. Let's go ahead and start the load. And the middle halogen should come on. And hopefully, and there it did. GT power is now on, 11.87 volts, 12 on this, 11 on that, 4.11 amps, 4.4 amps, 52 watts. I think I can actually try to slide another halogen in here real quick. Let's see. Whoops. And it kind of overloaded it. Yep. It can't handle two 50-watt halogens. So there it is, back to working. So we'll go ahead and drain this down. I'll start my little timer just for the heck of it. Should take just about an hour and 45 minutes to run this pack down. And then we'll just continue on and continue draining it down throughout the rest of the day. I won't be here for the whole bit of it, but I'll try to get it down to a resting voltage at about 3 volts per cell, just like we did before. Alrighty. Okay, the next day now, I've discharged my pack. I had it all mounted in parallel. I managed to get it discharged down to a resting voltage of 2.98 per cell. And it's been sitting for hours and hours and hours and holding at 2.9. So that's a good resting voltage. I've put it all back into the 12 volt pack. Altogether it is 8.35 volts right now. It's dead. So I've connected back up my balance charging cable. The iMax is all connected back up. It's time to slide this into the LiPo bag here. We're all ready to go for a good rousing round of balance charging now. And I'm going to actually add a extension for that. It's really simple to do that. That's how all these cables come. And when you want to add one to a pack like this, you simply cut the end off and away you go. So let's connect this up. You really can't do it you can't do it backwards. It'll only let you connect it up one way. So now that will work. I'll be able to slide that thing in there a little bit deeper, and I'll be able to close my flap. Probably a good thing to be able to close your flap, to know when to close your flap. Okay, just kidding. So we can check this now, just to make sure that my balance cable is functioning correctly. Just to slap it on the capacity controller. I've got a total voltage of 8.97. A little bit different. Let's go to our types here. Lion. And there is, it's hard to see, but that's cell number 1, 2.992. Cell number 2, 2.982. And cell number 3, 29.95. That all checks out with the ANOVA. Back to the total voltage. There we go. Our balance cable seems to be functioning perfectly. So now we're ready to charge. Power up our supply. We're on LiPo charge. No, we want to go to LiPo balance. And I have it set at 6 amps. It's actually a little bit later in the day than I would like. So I'm going to turn it down to 5 amps. I'm sorry, that was not the thing to do there. Set at 6 amps, 11.1 volt, 3 cell pack. That's what I have. But I want to change this back down. So you hit the start enter once and that begins to flash. Now that is adjustable. Let's just turn it down to 5 amps. And the reason I'm doing that, it's going to take longer. But the iMac shouldn't get quite so warm. This really gets warm. I'm sorry, this gets very warm. The cells don't really get any heat in them, but the iMac does, because that's a lot of work to do for it. So turning the amps down is going to help me out there. So hit that again, and now that flashes. We're not going to change that. Hit it again. Hold it down. There we go. Checking the situation out, and it's telling me let's go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and do it. There we are. We're balance charging now. So hopefully this time the power won't go out and I'll be able to get a good reading on this milliamp wise and time wise. So we'll come back and look at this a bit later on once it's done. Whoops! Okay, you just saw me have a major accident there. Actually, it wasn't an accident. It was an accident, but it certainly was not anything horrible. I went to turn the camera off, and guess what? I turned the power supply off. A little mixed up today, I guess. Having to take yet another day off of work because it's only about 16 degrees outside, and all that snow that's out there is frozen solid, so it's a good time to be doing all this stuff. But a little stressful for me because I'm not getting to work like I should, and I'm really kind of bored. But good time to be doing this. So I restarted it back up, restarted the camera. So now let's do that again. I'm set at 5 amps, so let's just hit it again. There we go. It's asking me, is this okay? And it sure is. Okay, we just restarted it. No harm, no foul. We're just getting back to where I was at a few seconds ago. So I will be back with an update, and this time I won't turn the power supply off. I'll turn the camera off. Bye for now. Okay, the iMac just went off about 1 minute ago. It is done. It is saying it's full. It ran for 267 minutes and 17 seconds. That would be about 3.5 hours. 10,370 would be my milliamp hours. I know I mentioned this before. I don't know if you would divide that by 9 or watt to figure out what it is, but it doesn't really matter to me. So we're done. And it's kind of the end of the day, so I'm going to shut it off and just leave it right here. I honestly haven't even opened the bag up and looked in there, or stuck my hand in there to feel if anything got hot. I'm pretty sure it's all good, so... Oh my goodness. It doesn't come apart too easy. Nice tight fit. We'll just disconnect that one, and we'll just leave this sit overnight. And tomorrow morning I'll take it out of the LiPo bag and check it all out, and perhaps put the pack all together. I don't know. I need to try to go to work tomorrow. Even though we're closed down for repairs, I need to go have a look and see what's happening, and we're scheduled to reopen on the 9th. Today's only the 5th, so, but there's some things I really need to be doing up there. But we're not even out of the freezing temperatures yet. And in fact, I'll share a little video of what's going on here. Okay, I'm not being able to get this thing to focus very well, but this is just looking out my kitchen window to the west. That mountain up there is snow covered. I've been on top of that mountain many times with dirt bikes over the years and so forth. But you can see the snow on the neighbor's roof there. Yeah, very cold outside. Let's head outside and have a look. Alrighty, the snow out here on my front porch is very crunchy. It is still very, very frozen out here. My poor truck is not going anywhere. Icicles hanging from the bottom. It's still pretty covered with snow. It is a fairly sunny day out here, but it's cold, and there's a tree, part of the tree that fell down. Not going to be doing anything with that. I had to leave yesterday, and that's my tracks, and car tracks, my car in the carport there. That stuff is frozen solid, so it's going to be very difficult to drive on. And you can see the icicles hanging. They're dripping a little bit, but it's about 30 degrees out here. This is going to be another mess, and it's going to probably be another day of about, tonight's going to be probably about 16 degrees for a low again. I need to go to the grocery store sometime tomorrow. And as I said, I need to really try to head to work to do some things in my department, even though we're shut down. So there's a little bonus snow video. A very unusual, rare event for this area that I live in. Nobody knows how to drive it here.